Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me is TJ Fox. He's the president of Verizon Business Markets to discuss the data that shows greater optimism for small and medium businesses. It's actually better than expected. TJ, it's great to have you with me. Thanks so much for joining us on Trade Talks.
All right, Jill, thanks for having me today.
Yeah, and initially when we went through COVID-19 lockdown, the first concern, of course, was the small and mid-sized businesses, just how they were going to cope through not being able to get any revenue. It's been almost 3 months now in New Jersey. What are some of the top line findings that you got from the survey?
Yeah, we've done a number of surveys. In the beginning part of the surveys, clearly they were seeing, 82% of them were seeing some sort of negative impact in their financial security. As you know, Jill, small and medium business across the U.S. are the lifeblood of the economy. They employ the vast majority of all employees. So obviously a clear concern that we've had since the beginning. Nearly half of them say that they've been able to stay open to some degree as they've been switching to more digital. You can think of all the small businesses that have been doing everything from curbside takeout to actually working in a more remote environment with the connectivity they have. But what we've been seeing most recently, Jill, with the new surveys is renewed optimism that they're going to be able to come out of this as long as they can operate and as the opening of the economy, depending rural or more urban, comes out, that there's more optimism among those small business owners across the U.S.
TJ, what are some of the effects and actions that small and medium-sized businesses have felt?
Well, they've felt obviously the closure, the reduced demand in certain verticals. Certain verticals have been very busy, and we've been very busy assisting those verticals with their connectivity needs as they go to a more remote environment. But as they're coming out, what the survey is telling us is they're making changes, Jill, into things like, obviously changing the way their retail or their office space will be for their employees, cleaning procedures, operating with different staff at different times. And then really the big one, I believe, which will give them the most flexibility moving forward is kind of their digital approach. Large businesses have a much bigger digital presence than sometimes smaller businesses. And 43% of them said in their surveys that they're going to expand their business through digital and make sure that they're caring for that. And connectivity, both in a wired or a wireless or mobile environment, is very key in that.
It sounds like they're really looking towards hybrid solutions as even larger businesses too, for that matter, where it might be a work from home environment, certainly more digital, but it sounds as if it's going to definitely be a hybrid environment.
That is exactly what I'm seeing as I've been talking with partners, customers, and quite frankly, at Verizon within my organization, as we went home like we all did, but we continue to operate, and it was an operational challenge in the first few days, but we needed to make sure we were there for our customers. But we were learning a lot, Jill, about how we can remain in a hybrid environment and actually be more effective in caring for our customers. So these are the kind of things that small, medium, and businesses like us are learning in a real-time environment to essentially care for the customers moving forward.
What are the resources that small and medium businesses are looking to tap into?
Yeah, I think that digital is I think the big one, but then there's other resources that are out there that we have played a major role over the last 120 days. Everything from grants to small businesses to assist, resources that they can utilize. We've been holding essentially webinars for small businesses. We've had over 15 or 18,000 attendees to those webinars. Not so much talking about Verizon products and services, more talking about resources that they can utilize within the Small Business Administration, et cetera. And then, I think that one of the things that is super important is to make sure as they're coming out of this, that they are very flexible in how they come out and how they're prepared in the future to utilize the tools, services, digital, and these solutions to expand their customer base, get their businesses back to where they were, and actually better than they were before from a flexibility standpoint. And quite frankly, to their customers, how they're serving are going to want to be served in the future.
And to wrap up here, you mentioned the financial efforts that Verizon Business has put out to support the communities. What are some of the other efforts that were made during the COVID-19 pandemic?
Yeah, I'm very proud of how my team in particular, and then the entire Verizon team across the globe has really given back to our fourth stakeholder, which is society. And we've made donations to the tune of over $70 million across all different organizations. You think of children that they get their meals from their school, so we donated in areas like that. Grants to small businesses, our relationship with other brands to support small businesses with tools, digital tools they can utilize. Our business maker products, where customers can go online, start a business, or get their business digitally put up in a very quick fashion. And then we have kind of seminars and things like that that they can, for no cost, to help them navigate those things, because those are difficult things if you're a five-person business and you don't have a large IT department. So that, coupled with some of the things that we've done around using small business restaurants in places like New York to feed the heroes, the healthcare workers, that we did that both in not only New York, but in Detroit. And those were very just proud moments that we could all do that together by utilizing small businesses to provide those meals for those workers.
All right. Well, this Verizon consumer is certainly grateful for the connectivity during this time. TJ, thank you for everything and for joining us on Trade Talks.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate all you do.
All right. And thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.